Hello and good morning here on NFL Daily. I am Tom Downey, a fresh batch of NFL power rankings for you following a pretty awesome, minus the officiating, Monday Night Football game. It's power rankings time, and there's a new worst team on our list here at Chat Sports. Again, AP poll style voting. The Carolina Panthers. This makes sense, right? They just fired head coach Matt Rhule. And by the way, for those of you wondering who could the Panthers hire, we got you guys covered here at Chat Sports with some Panthers head coach candidates, some Matt Rhule replacements. I'll make sure that video is linked in the comment section and the description, but I'm sure you've already watched it if you are subscribed to us here at Chat Sports. We are inching closer and closer to 319,000 subscribers here. We're 45 away. That is it. I will up the ante for you guys. If we get 45 subs on this video, I'll do a mimosa bong. Almost said mimosa boot. Mimosa bong on next week's power rankings. I've not cleared that with my bosses, one of whom is sitting right next to me. So if I'm not here Tuesday, you know I got fired for offering it. But help us out. Hit that subscribe button right now. Number 31. Hey, it's the Panthers North, the Washington Commanders. They're number 31. Kind of worried about the Ron Rivera era. It's never my fault from Ron. Now we're blaming Carson Wentz, which is fine to blame the quarterback, but you picked him. You picked all the QBs. Isn't that kind of on you in the end? The Houston Texans got a win. They move up several spots to number 30 on our power rankings. Yay, Houston. What's not yay is Pittsburgh. The Steelers, that was a pretty bad showing. I get it's the first start for Kenny Pickett. I get there's no TJ Watt. They got blown out in fairly embarrassing fashion by the Buffalo Bills. They're now 1-4. Now, if you like us doing power rankings every single Tuesday morning, show it by liking the video right now. If you like the video, it tells YouTube you like what we're doing, and we can keep growing and keep expanding here at Chat Sports. The Detroit Lions, number 28. You're going to get blanked by Bailey Zappe's first start. That's not good. You're supposed to have the high-powered offense. They did not show up at all against the Patriots. The Raiders at number 27, not the best showing in the end. I thought they had a real chance to win that football game. They go for two. That's been a whole discussion. The fourth down play was maybe just as bad. Adams and Renfrow run into each other. And even if they don't, I don't think that pass is being completed anyway. The Atlanta Falcons, number 26, the first of our two-win teams. Nobody's quite believing in the Falcons right now, which I think is understandable. I will make note, we made a big deal about the Chris Jones call in the Raiders-Chiefs game. The Grady Jarrett one was just as bad, if not worse, because that's not roughing. He didn't land full body weight. I don't know what you expect him to do there. Number 25, the Chicago Bears. They were this close to upsetting the Vikings. Maybe if Amir Smith-Marset doesn't fumble the game away, it's a different conversation. The Seattle Seahawks, another 2-3 team that don't think we're quite believing in overall here at Chat Sports. They're number 24. The Denver Broncos, number 23 at 2-3. That just seems right. And so too the Indianapolis Colts at 22-2, 2-1. The Let Russ Cook campaign has kind of become Is Russ Cooked, because he doesn't look quite right there. That Thursday night game, Broncos-Colts, well, let's call it what it was. It was ugly, and it was embarrassment to football everywhere. The Patriots, actually pretty big risers this week. Several spots up to number 21 after a very impressive win. I know the Lions are probably not that good, but still, you got the W. That's what matters. Now, today's show is made possible by our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Head over to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code NFLDaily for 125% deposit bonus. You must put down at least $100 to get that deposit bonus, but you can bet on every single football game, college and NFL. And there are prop bets too, such as the next NFL head coach fired. Matt Rhule was the betting favorite to be the first coach fired. It all came true there. You mentioned the Broncos. Nathaniel Hackett is the new favorite, and he's 5 games into his tenure. He's plus 250. Cliff Kingsbury just got the bag. He's plus 350. My favorite bet, though, Ron Rivera, plus 500. They made the playoffs in year one with 7 wins. They don't look very good this year. Frank Reich suddenly in a bit of danger because the Colts are kind of a mess. And also, new head coach Josh McDaniels, 1-4, plus 1,000. Bet on that. Bet on the NFL. Bet on pretty much everything you want with BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code NFL Daily. The New Orleans Saints, they actually rise quite a few spots following their most recent win there as the Taysom Hill redemption game was back. They're number 20. The Jacksonville Jags, 2 weeks ago I had said, I think they're legit. And now I look like an idiot because they have not played well at all the past 2 weeks. They moved the ball great against Houston and then wilted like a dying flower in winter when they got inside the 40. They slide down to number 19. In a bit of a unusual and maybe first time ever for like a non-number one or bottom team in our Chat Sports Power Rankings, the Arizona Cardinals have been number 18 for 3 straight weeks now. They are who we thought they were. Number 17, the Cleveland Browns. They're not looking that great without Deshaun Watson. Jacoby Brissett. Is Jacoby Brissett? Yeah, they're kind of in that Cardinals-Jags tier of like, they could make a run, but they haven't proven it quite yet. Who do you think is the most underrated team in the NFL? We're at the halfway-ish mark here of today's video. Could be a team we discussed or a team we've not discussed. Let me know right now in the comments section. The Jets, number 16, 3-2, the first of our above 500 teams, but it's also the Jets. And yeah, they've won 2 straight games for the first time in literally years. But do we believe in them? Chat Sports staff says no. The LA Rams, the defending Super Bowl champions, don't look the same, and neither do the Super Bowl runner-ups, the Bengals. Both teams at 2-3. The offenses have issues, especially along the offensive line, and that's been a constant for LA under Sean McVay. If the O-line plays bad, like most teams, the offense struggles a little bit. At one point, Tennessee was in the bottom 7 of our power rankings. They've since rattled off 3 straight wins, and now they're right back at the top of the AFC South. Credit to Mike Vrabel, it appears, for getting things righted or turned around and righting that ship. The LA Chargers at number 12, 3-2. There was some drama with, Brandon Staley going forward on 4th and short. His receiver who's out, Keenan Allen, doesn't like the call very publicly on Twitter. But hey, they won the football game. Chargers 3-2. Same record as number 11, the Miami Dolphins, heading the wrong direction. You lose back-to-back games. We'll see when Tua is cleared and returns to the football field. But even without Tua, you should find a way to beat the Jets. The Green Bay Packers, a common thread among almost every NFC team. The offense isn't actually that good, and it's worse than what it was last year. That's a problem for Green Bay. They check in at number 10, having just lost to our number 19, the New York Giants. They slide up several spots after the upset win across the pond, if you will. They're 4-1, but are they that good of a 4-1 team? There's still doubts because of the preseason expectations around them. So what are the New York Giants? Type C for they are contenders, or type P for they are pretenders. Safe space to express your thoughts down there in the comment section. The 49ers are number 8. Again, all the NFC teams are kind of built the same way to an extent. Really good defense, pretty good ground game. The passing game is not what it could be or should be or was last year. Tampa might be one of your exceptions there. Fantastic defense, but they also kind of fell apart offensively in the second half as they almost blew that game against the Atlanta Falcons. They're number 7. Back to an AFC team for the first in several here. The Baltimore Ravens. I don't think they've quite unlocked their offense right now. I know Rashad Bateman's been banged up. You're missing one more dynamic receiver. Lamar Jackson's been playing awesome, though. The Minnesota Vikings, I had them higher. I was a bit surprised by our number 4 team. More on that in a second. They're number 5, and they go on these stretches where they look like one of the best teams in football. Then they kind of struggle and let the Bears claw their way back into it. But they're 4-1, and their only loss is against the Eagles. So resume-wise, I had Minnesota above our number 4 team, the Dallas Cowboys. Many of you know I host the Dallas Cowboys Report by Chat Sports here. And I had them down at 6. That was the tied for second lowest rating. Others had them at 4, and I was outvoted, which actually happens more than you would think when it comes to Cowboys power rankings. But they play the Eagles, the first really dynamic test for what will probably still be Cooper Rush at the helm at quarterback. Eagles are 5-0, Cowboys 4-1. It's primetime Sunday Night Football. Who do you guys have? DAL for the Dallas Cowboys, PHI for the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 3, the Kansas City Chiefs. There's not a consensus, actually, in terms of who's 1, who's 2, who's 3, but every voter had these 3 teams at the top. The Chiefs almost lose against the Raiders. The Bills looked damn good against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are number 2. And those 2 teams, in what I know will be hyped as a potential AFC Championship game preview, they play this week. 3:25 Central, 4:25 Eastern. Who you got? BUF for the Buffalo Bills or KC for the Kansas City Chiefs? Although it was not unanimous, which I disagree with, but that's not how democracy works. The Philadelphia Eagles are number 1, the last of the undefeated teams in the NFL. Or the only undefeated team, I should say, in the NFL. They are 5-0. I think they are worthy of that number 1 spot. I was a bit surprised they were not a unanimous number 1, but there are, as I've said before, 3 great teams in the NFL. It's the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Eagles. Can't wait until next week when that also makes me look stupid.